good morning. Welcome to another video. I'm not gonna apologize for not making another one. I have had so many things on my plate that needed my attention. So I'm not gonna apologize again for, not being available and not making another video and on time and all that, because life just happened. So I'm gonna get into what this life that happened is. I look tired. I just had the children go to bed. I was just go to school. I was just clearing up here the mess from the morning traffic hour. And now I'm gonna sit down and have some breakfast myself. So I'm not ready. I'm still in my pajamas and my hair is still dry. But yeah, I thought I would make a video now because today is half day of school in the Netherlands, the whole of the Netherlands, for primary school especially. So they finish school at 12:30, and at 12:30 somebody will be here, so it will be chaotic. I'll be making soup and blah blah blah. So I thought, now I'm gonna take this time. So while I'm still talking, I'm gonna continue making this breakfast because otherwise it also won't be done. So anyway, I just had to cancel somebody for maternity care, Kraamzorg. I also have this terrible cough. Let me start up with the whole catch up. So I don't know if many of you remember I was talking about doing the maternity nursing, Kraamzorg opleiding 2 years ago. Well, I finished, and then last year I handed in my notice with the company where I was working. I had to because the babysitter was leaving. The nanny that we had was leaving because she also had her own baby in between. So the scare of not having childcare and being tied to a contract, it didn't sit well with me. So I decided, now I'm just gonna pause. I will hand in my notice and see if I can establish myself as a combined doula and maternity nurse. So I did the handing of notice around July last year. Then we went on holiday. I came back. I kind of took the 2 weeks of holiday, 4 weeks of holiday as my term to end the contract anyway. So when I came back, I was not working. We went to France. We had a really lovely holiday. And I knew deep down I wanted to stay with the company, but I had other ambitions and I wanted to pursue them. So we came back from holiday and I started looking into what I needed arranged. I needed to have insurance. It was a whole list of things. I needed to buy things. In the end, today I even bought something. I just picked it up from the letterbox. This is a new weighing scale that I ordered because I have one, but yeah, you learn as you go on. I have one, but it got puked on by one of the babies that I had last month. It's another story, but just so you know, I had to order stuff like this: the weighing scale, the rebranding myself, contacting Chamber of Commerce, putting my name down, having there's a code that you normally need so that insurances can pay you. It was a whole administrative thing. So I had a whole list and I started ticking them, and God and the angels were with me because everything on that list worked out. Within 2 months, I was done. Even a colleague of mine, Maida, when I told her I have my permit to practice, she was like, "What? That went so fast." And so I started. So I have contact with one midwife practice here in the neighborhood. And I love how they work. I think we work similar. We have the same working ethics. So I was in contact with her and I told her my plan is to start from December 1st, 2024. So I'm going to take this time, to find out what else and prepare my mind. So I told her my practice permit to practice arrived in October or something. November, she made contact. She was like, right, I have somebody for you for December. You have space for December? I was like, my plan was not to start until January. She said, don't wait. You want to start in this year. And she was right. So in December, I got one client from her, and then I had another one who I was just covering a few days from Maida, my colleague, who was also my Kraamzorg. So that was really nice. They kind of set up the momentum for me to, the warming up before I really start working. So January, I took one client. December, I took one client from her. Then she contacted me again and said, right, I have another one for January because they've been looking and everybody is full. So I'm hoping you can take them. So January, I had another client. And then it continued like that. Every month she would contact me. In December, I think I had up to May, clients from her up to May. So I thought, oh, wow, this is going fast. So the thing was, the client from December went over her due date. And then the client from January came forward. So she delivered first, and then they kind of delivered 2-3 days apart. They gave birth 2-3 days apart. So in the end, December, a few days of December and the January, I was doubling. So I had 2 clients. The good thing was that I was going from one client to the other. It was easy to do. On the bike, bad weather, it was raining constantly. Really cold. But they were 3 minutes apart from each other. They lived 3 minutes apart. So it was also really nice. I could actually leave my bike at one address and walk to the other one. And so that went fine. And it just really, the excitement really picked up now. So now as I speak, I am booked until September. And then this is why I made the video. So I had a client that I wanted to meet on the 10th of January to get to know them first. And that didn't happen because I had a birth to attend. And then they rebooked it for today. And today morning, I woke up and found another booking for that month of July. But also, 17 days later, we are going on holiday. So it's a bit risky. So I contacted them and said, listen, aside from the fact that I have just had somebody else book me, I want to let you know, maybe your first clients, first time parents, that I won't be available to book now. Because December, especially, I didn't put that in the email, in the message, but December, my husband was mad because I missed Christmas. Because everybody was anticipating this lady was going to give birth. Her due date was the 18th of December. 19th came, she didn't. So 25th, everybody went to my parents-in-law, and I stayed here waiting because she might give birth. And then she didn't. And then New Year's Day, I was also working. So last year, I missed Christmas and New Year, in short. So a tip for you. July, August is a busy, they are busy months. Many Kraamzorgs, maternity nurses, are actually on holiday. So if you find somebody that will take you on, it means she's going to be around for, maybe they're going later, or she's going to be around for those first 2 weeks, which is fine. But the danger of that is you will still get to meet other faces because they might be working with a backup. So then my suggestion to you is just book a company. If you are due in July and August, I would book a company. I understand sometimes with companies, people don't like the change of faces. Sometimes you meet 4 faces in 1 week, which is like 8 days. It's too much. But you're better off having care than not. And with a company, they will always try and find somebody. With the individual, if she has to go, she either has to have a backup that is really good like she is, or she will not take you on because the risk is too big, because there's no guarantee that you would give birth on your due date, and if you go 2 weeks later, yeah, she's bagged. So that's just the reality of it all. So yeah, I had to say no, actually I wouldn't come because it's tricky, and I don't want to play roulette with your lives and expectations. Everybody has expectations, but also in your postpartum period, you shouldn't be worried about who is going to be coming and what has been arranged for you. It should just sail swiftly. So yeah, it's the first time I had to actually say no, I'm going to pick some milk. I had to say no, and I felt bad because it's the second time I'm saying I can't meet them. But a tip for everybody, for the parents and the partners: don't wait until you meet somebody. Book her first, and if you want to make contact beforehand, which I can understand, you want to make sure that they're the right person, arrange a phone contact. Call them, because even through a phone call, you can sense somebody's energy. You can get a feel of what they're like. And many times when it's your consecutive pregnancy anyway, second or third, insurance actually really recommends doing telephone intakes. So you do an intake on the phone and you go through all the checks that you need to go through as a maternity nurse. And yeah, then you meet the maternity nurse. Hopefully, I like to make contact beforehand, I must admit, but still block somebody first and then make the appointment, because the danger is this. You get people who are recommended by somebody. You get somebody who's sitting in front of a midwife, and the midwife is really raving on about this Kraamzorg, and then they book the Kraamzorg based on the recommendation of a midwife. Then you know for sure that this person is really good. But then you are cut off the queue because you were still waiting to meet that person in person before you make your own conclusion. It's just a bit of a... But yeah, it's not nice. It's really not nice. And I can understand. I can imagine when you're a first-time mother, parent, and you're having to arrange that. And it's a lot of things to arrange. But yeah, so that was my update for today. I had to say no to somebody, the first actual no to somebody this year. And otherwise, I am full until end with September. So I have clients until September. I didn't anticipate it was going to go so fast. But it's nice. It's nice to... Now I'm free suddenly. January, I'm free. I was planning to do other things, but now I'm just collecting all the things that I noticed were not working. One of them was a bag that made sense, because I have a bag that is full with all the stuff that I need to take. Then I have my handbag that it is too much. So now I've just invested in a big backpack, for example, that I just wear the backpack. I know everything is in it. And I ordered more uniform because, yeah, last time I thought, I had enough, 3 uniforms. But I also like the feeling of wearing clean uniform at least every day, if not every other day. So then 3 is not enough if you're working 8 days. And then one of the babies, after bathing her, just peed on me. It was just literally a streak right through the towel and onto my top and trousers. Everything was wet. It was one of those relaxed pee that babies make. So yeah, it was a learning curve. I thought, oops, okay, I need more uniforms. So I'm using this month to order stuff, see where I can better myself, ask for feedback, ask for what their experience was like. And I also want to make contact with everybody else who is booked up now. I'm making appointments for the obstetrics. I'm making appointments for the intakes. And these are people who already booked me, but I haven't met them in person, that I can go and meet them in person now. So I have all that preparing for, and I'm also trying to learn the system that I'm using, because I am trying to go paper-led, even though some midwives have shared that they would prefer pen and paper. It's so much easier and straightforward. You just walk into somebody's house and you know, okay, which page to go to. It's page 1, everything is written in it. Some hardly look online, so that was also a nice tip. But yeah, I'm using the time to learn my way through, to navigate my way through the whole self-employed Kraamzorg. And sitting down with my husband and having those business chats, because he's been self-employed for at least 10 years now. So he would give me tips like, make sure everything you do is from this country. Like my website, I didn't know. My website is hosted in Ireland. But yeah, I can't claim the tax that I pay on it in Ireland because it's international. So things like that. So he's giving me tips in the business world, and I like that. And just seeing how vital this diploma really was, because now I'm enjoying it. And the other tip is when you check somebody's profile, or you've made contact with somebody and you see that they are like Kraamzorg and doula, they are normally hotcake, because imagine having a Kraamzorg who is also a doula. You have the best of both worlds. Nowadays they're trying to book VIP. It's like a Kraamzorg who is booked earlier to come and support you through the birth. But if you have a doula who's been doing it for a long time, I've been doing it for 10 years now, then you have the best of both worlds, and those ones normally get booked very quickly. The minute somebody knows you're a doula, they want you, because then it means you can walk with them through the pregnancy, you can guide them through the pregnancy, you'll be there at the birth anyway, and then you stay with them for the first 10 days. I mean, there is something about connection, but also there's something about familiar faces. So when you've been with somebody throughout the pregnancy or some part of the pregnancy, who is then the person who attends the birth for you, but also supports you through that labor and birth, and then supports you through the postpartum, you can't replace that. So those ones are normally hot cake. So just a tip, not to brag, but just a tip. So yeah, September. So I'm looking for clients from October onwards. And I decided I will be taking 2 full clients every month who need full care. That is 49 hours of care in the Netherlands that insurance covers. And otherwise, if I take 24 hours, which is people are okay with 3-hour, 4-hour care, then I'll also take 2 or 1, or the other way around. If I have 2 24 hours and 1 full care, I'm fine. But I'll prefer the full cares. And even if you only want 24 hours, that's absolutely fine. I can always find somebody else to fill in those extra 24 hours. There's always people, but it is a very worthy diploma, and I'm glad I eventually went for it. My colleague Maida was like pushing, like, you can do this, do it. And then yeah, what a way that I ended up being her first backup. The first clients I took were with her, so I was her backup. And I did only 2 days, but what was funny was that her clients was like living literally in front of my clients. So I could hop from one house to another. Also, that's the beauty of working locally. So anyway, that is the update from me. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do. I'm not going to promise anything, but take care, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.